Okay, you're on.
Yay! Hi, everybody. Welcome to yet another new moon holy fire Homa here in Los Angeles. Why is the new moon so intense? I'm so glad you asked. So it peaked yesterday from like about 9-ish a.m. to about 9-ish a.m. today. You might have noticed extra hypersensitive. You might have noticed cranky. You might have noticed people are driving like extra insane. This is Los Angeles after all. Why is that? The new moon is a very heightened time of the month. The full moon and the new moon, it's a 3-day cycle. People tend to think like the main day is the only day of the new moon. Oh, no, my dears. It's the day before, the day of, and then today still we're in the new moon energy. It's a time of extreme purification and blessing flowing to the planet. That means to all the souls on the planet, whether they know it or they don't know it, and not only the human souls. But planet-wide, there's this unbelievable power when the moon is very, very dark and when the moon is full on the opposite end of this cycle. On the new moon, it's a very, very high moon. It's a high time for decharging out our negativity and our stress. Let me say it like that. So the cosmic energy that's pouring in is doing a lot of work at the very deep levels to help us purify out whatever's not vibrating at a very high level. That's planet-wide. So this is why people get a little wild on the new moon, or they face extra crazy challenges out of nowhere. A lot of wipeouts can happen during the new moon. It's not extraordinary, or big arguments between people or whatever. A lot of misunderstanding. And in fact, we were instructed in my time in India on the new moon, particularly if you have any legal documents or something requiring signatures, you hold off until after the new moon. You don't do that on the new moon because it is a wacky time and there's a very high illusion level running as well. Right when the divine energy is there, the big illusion, the big Maya also comes right along for the ride. So it's a thing to kind of navigate through this high energy time of the new moon. And it's an ideal time to go kind of inwards and to be more in silence and in meditation and be more alone because it's crazy making otherwise. In the West, we generally say like the full moon is the time of the lunacy. A lot of people go a little extra wacky on the full moon. I can say when I was living in South India, for me, I observed it was the new moon. It was just crazy making. It seemed like everybody was off their nut in a certain kind of way. To the point where I would actually just stay in my room when I was living on the ashram as Sri Kaleshwar. I just stayed in my room for 3 days. I'm like, forget it. I know if I walk out in the hallway, I'm going to get into a conflict, even with a good friend. It's not worth it to me. So I'm avoiding all of that. I'm just so not down with that. So in this intense energy, I hope I'm giving you some flavor. So it might explain the last couple of days of your life if it's been a little wild. This is the new moon energy. For our purposes, for the high divine, we're, how would you say, like surfing the waves of this very, very high energy time, surfing the waves of this purification and amplifying it for everybody in a profound way through doing very high-powered mantras and by doing a sacred fire. So for those who have never been to or observed at home a fire homa before, you'll see very quickly this is not a normal fire. This is not your put the weenies and the marshmallows in this thing. No. What we're doing in the fire element is we're inviting a kind of like a microcosm of the sun into the fire pit. So, welcome everyone. Oh, no. Can I sit over here? Yeah. Yes. Welcome.
The universe is helping me. I'm a stroke survivor.
Yes. Yeah. So the energy of the high new moon, we're putting it in the fire pit, and from the fire, we're interacting with the microcosm of the sun. What does that mean? Well, the sun is the big creation energy on our planet, isn't it? Without the sun, none of us are here. So we're taking a microcosm of the sun and we're putting it in the fire in a way that makes it functional. That's to say, if you try to meditate staring at the sun, you can't, right? You'll go blind. It's too intense. So by bringing the sun's energy, the creation energy, into the fire pit, then through the mantras, we're literally bringing the divine forms of whatever divine beings we're invoking through mantra into the fire, where we can interact with them to receive the highest blessing and the highest healing from the divinity coming through, you could say, the auspices of the sun, but in the fire pit. The fire element also links to the human, well, to the human soul, for one thing. It's a mirror. The external fire is like it's a mirror to us of our own soul through this lens of nature. So when we're feeding the fire, when we're making our offerings, when we're chanting our mantras, the mirrorism that's coming back to us is an amplification of the vibration in our own soul energy. It's a big charging to the soul. What do I mean by that? Charging means like when you do really high-powered meditation, you're getting a big charge to your soul, like to the inner battery. That's the nature of healing. It's bringing up the soul's battery. When we sit in a fire homa like this, we're receiving a charge, like a straight shot of energy to the soul. That's kind of the equivalent if you sat for, I'd say, a month in deep meditation, like for 10, 12 hours a day. You're getting that equivalent in one fire homa. It's not a joke. That charge to your soul means whatever's in you that's not vibrating at the highest level will start to decharge or get thrown off out of the system. What that means practically is you might have symptoms. You might have purifications going on way after, the next couple of days after the fire. So it could be physical purges from various ends. It could be emotional purges, big feelings stirring up. It could be, a lot of old upsets coming up and out, or old depressions coming up and out, or old fury coming up and out, not uncommon. You just watch and you see, how does that go? Your dreams might be kind of interesting for a few days, or it might be that you're just totally blissful, so happy, like, oh my God, I got rid of like 50 pounds of karmic weight and I just feel so light and happy. Everybody's neurophysiology is different. Everybody's way of processing a high divine charge is different. So mostly we just pay attention, and if anything shifts or changes, then it's considered a good thing, even if it's kind of uncomfortable for a day or two. And finally, I do want to say the fire element itself corresponds to the human third eye. So when we're watching the flame with our two eyes, we're getting a massive blast to our third eye. It's increasing through this flame of the third eye our level of discernment, clarity, resilience, and inner strength. So generally speaking, fire homas are just a great thing to do. How about that? Okay, all that said, and we're going to start with the Gayatri mantra today. So we're going to start with an arati, which is where we wave the flame in front of all the divines here. Because that flame is a carrier from their eyes and third eye consciousness. They're seeing the flame. They're putting a part of their own essence in the flame. Then when we're starting our fire with that flame, we're all kind of receiving this big blast from the divine characters here. And then we'll start with the Gayatri mantra. Gayatri is the primordial form of mother on our planet. She is like the dawn of this whole creation, you could say. Gayatri is also the only form of mother divine that one can access or worship who does not come with a whole boatload of maya, of illusion, of tricks, games, testings, and so on. She's the only one who's very straight with the energy of all the reams of divine feminine deities and beings that we can name from all traditions. Only Gayatri is straight with the medicine. So her nature is like, she's sort of linked to the sun energy, you could say. Her nature is, what do you really want to create in your life? What really needs healing? What really needs supporting in your life? And I will say that for the purposes of this fire homa, there are many ways to chant the Gayatri mantra. You'll see them all over the internet. There are many, many, many pronunciations. Typically, Emmy's here, the party could start. Typically, you'll hear the pronunciation Om Buhr Bhuva Swaha or Swaha. Yeah, don't do that. For the purposes of this, it is Om Buhr Bhuva Suvaha, 3 equal separate syllables. There was a group of students chanting in Pedoklanda, the Gayatri, and they had just arrived there, and they were saying Om Buhr Bhuva Swaha. Swami Kaleshwar happened to wander in and had this look on his face of just extreme horror. And he said, no, Suvaha. Chanting Swaha or Swaha is like an insult to the energy of Gayatri. So let's not insult Mother Gayatri, and we will stay strict with the way the rishis who created her pronounce her mantra. But she is the one who will bless whatever it is that really needs uplifting, supporting, and healing in your life. So fair game, all the folks here to hold the rice and think of all these things and ask for what you really want. Blessing for yourself, for your family, for other people who wander into your mind. And when you feel like you want to offer it to the fire, just wander up and toss it in. And I think that's it. And away we go. Good? Yay. All right.
Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahmam, Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Om Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Sashivanam Chaturbhujam Prasanavaranam Dhyaye Sarva Vignopashante. Om Agajanana Padmachandra Janana Ahanisham Alekarantanam Alekarantam Prashnahe. Om Bhurvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo prachodayat.
So we will be doing Gayatri for a really long time. Settle in. Watch the fire, folks at home. It should be on your in the description of the video. You'll see the Gayatri with the swaha pronunciation. Good. Om bhuv swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo prachodayat.
It's okay.
Om bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo prachodayat. Om
swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha, tas-savitur vareynyam, bhargo devasya dhi-mahi, dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi. Dhi-yo-yo naha prachodayat. Om bhuv-swaha. Tas-savitur vareynyam. Bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhuvasvaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Bhuv-swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat. Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat.
Last time.
Om bhurbhuvah swaha tas-savitur vareynyam bhargo devasya dhi-mahi dhi-yo-yo nah prachodayat.
I was just bringing them in. Swaha. Same idea. Good. So, woohoo, something here. We have words from our sponsors. So sponsors means somebody paid a little extra. Ooh, I'm worried about that. So close to the fire. I wonder if we can. No. Sponsors means they paid a little extra to have their name or the name of a loved one read into the fire. And after each name, we say, "Oh Mama, oh Mama, oh Mama, Mama." The holy fire and that individual spark to that person, it goes straight to their soul. So our sponsors today, Carolyn Massoni,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Matt Locker,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Julie Forrest,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Alicia Campbell,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
J.E. Campbell,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
G.G. Campbell,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Teresa Goodman,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Ellen Todd Bueller,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Danny Warner and his family.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Ooh, pardon me on this name, Galen Tupo Miller Persico,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Neil Valamsepa,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Mama Maglaya, and Mark Lepard.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Roland Wazan or Wazin,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Debbie Regular,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Maria Uboldi and her family.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Okay, these are just, I think, first names. John Andre,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Joseph Francois,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Norma Jean,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
and Susan Marie.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Liana Monet, happy birthday.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Sherry McCoy,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Nicole Elias Sanko,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Roberta Falk,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
George Brennan,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Stephanie Peters,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Thomas Carl Linevers,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Susan Meander, Cora Bell, and Stephen Carey,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Maria Hernandez,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
John Salati,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Andrea Eversberg,
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Becky and Tom.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Marinella Tona.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Vasilika Tona.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Dimitra Liko.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Yanni Liko.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Atina Tona.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Noah Katsa.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Mateo Katsa.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Api Katsa.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Michelle Farrell, Joe and Elfie Merritt.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Jamie Raskin.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Paula Bradley.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Stefan and Catherine Dada. Thank you.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Quinn Ham, his entire family, and American HVAC, his business.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
In the mastery program, Nina Krebers.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Barbara Flock.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Desiree Sterling.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Yuichiro Makiuchi.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
And Nilanjana Deb.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
For the end of white supremacy in America.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
For our brothers and sisters fighting the good fight in Ukraine, may they be successful.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Mama, for Vladimir Zelensky and his family, that they may be protected.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
In support of the divine feminine on the rise in the world, especially through the women.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
In Santa Cruz County, all the heads of service agencies working together for successful solutions to homelessness there. They are long list, one Oh Mama, Scott Galloway, John Showalter, Debbie Bates, Susan Gucci, Roland Reveley, Herb Schmidt, Cynthia Matthews, Ingrid Trejo, John Dietz, Don Lane, Suzanne McClain, Phil Kramer, Brent Adams, and the success and great life of Turtles the Cat. Mama,
Oh mama, oh mama.
or Atma Schumann and his 800 Germans meditating daily for world peace.
Oh mama, oh mama, oh mama.
Good. So, off to Hanuman. So, Hanuman is our, yeah, I think they can come a little closer, just more like that's,
Closer so she can talk.
so they can hear me, you know?
Yeah.
Just, yeah, I'm thinking about the fire there.
There.
I think that's okay, yeah. Yeah, and then maybe just take the base, yeah, thank you. I think that's good. We want to keep it away from the fire because it does overheat.
Yep.
We've had cell phones cut out on us before. So Hanuman is the monkey god. How can he be a god and how can he be a monkey at the same time? Boy, that's a good question. So Hanuman, we have many representations of him today on the altar. We have a photograph of the statue in Panaconda, and we have different statues here on the altar. Hanuman is the epitome of the open heart. He's a pure, open heart. He's only in service. He never thinks on himself. And because of that, he conquers the monkey mind. It's a huge clue to anybody who's feeling depressed, anxious, overwhelmed, burnout, just overrun by life. Too many thoughts, compulsive behavior, addictive behavior. If you want genuinely to get out of all that and get out of the kind of craziness of the mind, the best thing to do is be of service. Open your heart, go take care of people who need it. Go volunteer in a homeless shelter, go take care of kids in need, go take care of people in old folks' homes who are lonely and disenfranchised. Battered women's shelters always need volunteers. Our brothers and sisters on the streets, they can use a smile, they can use a little food or $1, Being of service to other people, however it is, means you're not thinking about yourself. And when you're not thinking about yourself, it's a bliss. 98% of our problems come from thinking on our own selves. Way too much. Hanuman, he never thinks about himself. to the point that he's a monkey, but he becomes a god. And what does that mean? It means he has all kinds of unbelievable supernatural abilities that he doesn't even remember he has because he doesn't think of himself until it needs to be in service of his master, who is Ram, who is the light. You could say esoterically, Hanuman is like the big open heart in each of us in service to the light, the consciousness that we are. So it's a big clue, not thinking on the self, helping, 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 helping. Hanuman's nature also, he is the son of the wind. He is they call him in Sanskrit Vayuputra, the son of the air. It means he is linked to the air element. He's linked to our breath. In the human system, that is what goes through the heart that circulates the oxygen, right, throughout our whole blood system. We need to take in the air. We need to take out the air, right? Hanuman represents the air element, our most essential breathe in, breathe out. And in the wind, in our planet, in the breezes, and in the beauty of the air are the angels. The angels linked to the supernatural abilities. Hanuman is a great Siddhi master. He's a great Siddha, a success. He commands the angels. He lives in the element of the air. You know, like healing can go in a second. If you think on somebody in a blessing, it translates instantly through the thought. Thoughts also travel through the air. So Hanuman is like that. And he's also a great protector guy. There are two kind of big sides to Hanuman. Big miracle guy with a pure open heart and service. And correlated to that is his nature as a huge protector. You often see him depicted. He's very buff. And he has a big old weapon, this giant mace. That mace is called the Gada in Sanskrit. That Gada, it's his ultimate weapon. And he destroys negativity. He will not tolerate negativity. In Panakonda, around the Kaleshwar ashram there are no fewer than 9 Hanuman temples. Some are from antiquity, from thousands of years ago, some are more modern, all surrounding that ashram, providing enormous, unbelievable protection from any kind of crazy negativity. Hanuman will not tolerate negativity. He's incredibly sensitive to it. So if you feel overwhelmed, if you feel like there's stuff going on in your life that you really need extra protection, extra decharging, you can take this mantra, and my high advice is do it in the shower. Go in the water element and chant the Hanuman mantra to let go of whatever it is that's driving you crazy that day, whether it's internal or external or both, and see the kind of relief you get. So we're going to chant the mantra now, which again is for people on live stream. It's in the video description, both on Facebook and YouTube. It's a very simple mantra, but it packs a huge punch. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. That's that hreem. Hreem links to the fire element. It's so burning. It needs the rest of the whole mantra. And actually, there were whole other lines to that mantra. This is like the shortcut form of it to balance that burning quality. So this is a great time to get hold of whatever's driving you crazy internally about yourself, about your own negative emotions, qualities, behaviors, compulsions, crazy thought patterns, whatever it is that's really unsettling in you, or your life circumstances, or both. Get hold of it. Think about it. Put it in the rice or put it through your intention in the fire and offer it to Hanuman. He's the right character to transform it and send it back as high divine energy to your soul. Yeah, let's be like Hanuman. That's the final statement. Open your heart, drop your mind, and let's talk to the big monkey. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha.
Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om hreem hari markatta, markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta 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 Markattaya Swaha.
Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem
Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha. Om Hreem Hari Markatta Markattaya swaha.
Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om 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 Hreem Hreem Markattaya Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markattaya Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markattaya Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem Hreem Markatta 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 Markattaya Swaha. Om Hreem 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 markatta markattaya swaha. Om 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 Hreem Hreem markatta markattaya swaha.
Last time.
Om Hreem Hreem markatta markattaya swaha. Good. So,
That's good. Good. You got to
so
go
the
to your
next
thing.
thing that's going to happen is Everybody's going to take their incense and their flowers that they're holding. We're going to put it on this big communal offering plate. It's all going to go in the fire at the end. Make sure right hand offering and right hand touch the coconut. The coconut holds all of our energy, all of our wishes, blessings, requests, prayers, and so on. And then it all go in the fire in one big giant.
Let's
This guy here, that should be This is not the fruit though, right? Oopsie. Slide on the beach. Yeah, baby. Look for that. And you want to call around the offering juice.
Yep.
Perfect. Ooh, you get a little ricey things. You probably want to pass them over to the side over there. Just
Where's
because we're
that?
going to be making it, we're going to be walking around for a minute.
Oh, that's
Go ahead. Ooh. You can just put the rest in each. So, one more time. Our sponsors are Carolyn Massoni, Matt Locker, Julie Forrest, Alicia Campbell, J.E. Campbell, G.G. Campbell, Teresa Goodman, Ellen Todd Bueller, Danny Borner and his family, Galen Tukul Miller Persico, Neil Valamseta, Alma Maglaya and Mark Liphart, Roland Wazin, don't know, but that guy. Debbie Regulo, Maria Uboldi and family, John Andre, Joseph Francois, Norma Jean, and Susan Marie. Liana Monet, happy birthday, Ma. Sherry McCoy and Mikol Eliasenko. Roberta Falk, George Brennan, Stephanie Peters, Thomas Carl Linivers, Susan Neander, Cora Bell and Stephen Carey, Maria Hernandez, John Salati, Andrea Eversberg, Becky and Tom, Marinella Tona, Vasilika Tona, Dimitra Liko, Yanni Liko, Atina Tona, Noah Katza, Mateo Katza, Afi Katza, Michelle Farrell, Joe and Alfred Merritt, Jamie Raskin, Paula Bradley, Stephanie Catherine Dada, Quinn Ham, his entire family, and American HVAC. Nina Krebers, Barbara Flock, Desiree Sterling, Matsuro Makaguchi, Nilanjana Deb. To the end of white supremacy, and I should add bigotry and all phobias in America. In Ukraine, our brothers and sisters fighting the good fight, may they prevail. Vladimir Zelensky and his family, may they be safe and protected. Slava Ukraini. In support of the divine feminine rising in the world throughout the women. In Santa Cruz County, heads of service agencies working together for brilliant solutions to homelessness. Scott Galloway, John Showalter, Debbie Bates, Susan Grucci, Roland Reveley, Herb Schmidt, Cynthia Matthews, Ingrid Trejo, John Dietz, Don Lane, Suzanne McLean, Joe Kramer, Brent Adams, and Turtles the Cat. For Adma Schumann and his 800 Germans meditating daily for world peace. For Thomas Stenzel and his Kaleshwar Publishing, may they flourish. Navia Srisai and Silpa and Penokanda, may they flourish. For Sai centers of this kind of knowledge, healing, energy, and blessing in the world, may they flourish worldwide. And finally, for everybody in our Los Angeles area and nationally experiencing homelessness, and for our veterans in Los Angeles and nationally, and there's plenty of overlap in those communities, may they receive the kind of care, nourishment, shelter, services, and just plain love they richly deserve and all this we say, oh mama.
Mama, oh mama,
Oh mama. So much clapping. Oh, so much clapping. So much
Yay! Yay! Yay!
Great. So now what happens is everybody here will take small groups of like 4 or 5 people, and we walk around the fire 3 times. This is using your physical form to seal in the final blessing of the fire. If you are at home, you're going to turn around 3 times to your right like this. It accomplishes the same thing. And before we start the pradakshina, as it's called, nobody leave without paste for protection on the way home from the fire. And we have a delicious meal coming from our gorgeous neighbor, Chef Samaj, that will be here momentarily with amazing gourmet food. So please stick around for that. And we'll see everybody in 2 weeks for the full moon. However, we're changing the time, correct? The next one I think is at 11 a.m. to avoid the big sun. So we'll see you all in 2 weeks, and God bless. And see you later, online people. Have at it. Production. Got it.